another edition of Tezzz Talks, and in this episode, I'm getting kind of personal. I'm talking about some surprisingly emotional films that just get me every time. Let's dive right on in. Number one, All Dogs Go to Heaven 1 and 2. Now, I've seen the movies, and when it comes to animational pieces, this one right here gets me every single time. It's one of my top faves. Mind you, I'm real spiritual, so this movie hits for me, especially talking about heaven and dogs and the spirits and you doing good things and bad things. It really teaches you valuable lessons, and it's a good kids film. I've watched it nearly since I was knee high to a butterfly. You dig what I'm understanding? Move on, number two. The number two is another animation, but it's anime. I spoke about it before. Asura. Now, I spoke about this film in episode 9 of Tezzz Talks, if you can refer back to what I said to it before. But this is a solid anime piece with a wild story. Like I said before, that one scene in the film where it talks about the bridge, and it catches on fire on both sides, and he's surrounded by the town people. It just gets me every single time. That's why I had to revisit it. Asura. Move on, number three. Number three, Grave of the Fireflies. Mind you, I have not spoken to not one person that's really deep into this anime genre that will disagree with me and not say that this film is by far a guaranteed sob story. You're going to cry, get emotional. It's all of that. Now, it is by far to believe that it is based on a true story. And during the Asian wartime type film that touches you on hope and survival. Both death waits on no one. No matter how young or small the person may be, death is always near and always approaching you. And that really touches on the heartstrings, pulls on them. But before I get emotional and cry, this is Tezzz Talks. Move on, number four. Number four, American Skin. Now, me being a black male in America, this piece, this film, this cinematic, dramatic experience hits me in the heart, because I can relate to it. Now, this is another film that I briefly spoke about before, but it's very emotional to me because it's heavily relatable and it has an expected end. Like, what's gonna happen, but you're on the edge of your seat the whole time watching this film, hoping it doesn't happen, hoping you get a different result. Well, that's not the case. No, it's not the case on this film. I do encourage you to watch it, so that you can have that perspective to see both sides of what is it like to be a black American, or what is it like to be on the side of law enforcement. Just check it out. It did a beautiful job depicting both sides, but it did an even better job giving you some insight on what it feels like to be me. Move on to number five. Now, number five, we talk about Minions. Now, with Minions, it is an additive story to Despicable Me, but Minions specifically, it touches me in my heartstrings because it's just so cute. You know what I'm saying? It's a cute animation. I'm not afraid to admit that. It's cute. You know what I'm saying? But it gets me emotional. It's overly sensitive. And I do have feelings too. And it was well written and produced for all ages. Good film. Move on, number six. Number six, Queen and Slim. I said again, Queen and Slim. Another cinematic, dramatic piece to have you gain some insight on what it may be for you to see how I feel as another black American dealing with law enforcement and or the judicial system and or the system. Another relatable piece. It was so many messages being depicted throughout the whole film that you have to watch it to get that understanding. But yet again, they came with an expected end, and even at the end, you thought they were going to win, but to no avail, they failed. To no avail, they failed. But yet again, these are some surprisingly emotional films that touch me on my heartstrings, and I would like to encourage you to check them out. Until next time.
The expressed opinions within this show are solely the host and guest. We do not own the rights nor have ownership of the various clips, trailers, or film bits in this video. Weapons Free Media Productions Company is a privately owned company that creates all original content within this show. This is my show. There are many like it, but this one is mine. Without me, my show is worthless. Without my show, I am worthless.